the families they've served, there's been no slack in service, but they've stepped up to the plate and handled it really well.
As Louisiana's coronavirus death rate continues to rise, workers in the funeral industry say their jobs have become overwhelming. Since the pandemic began in March, it has put a strain on local funeral homes. As of today, the Louisiana Department of Health has reported 7,158 COVID-related deaths. 263 of those reported in the last week. That's an average of nearly 38 deaths per day in the last week. Three's on the street tonight, Amon Boyd in Karen Crow. Amon, how is this putting a strain on the funeral industry?
Here at Melanson Funeral Home, they've seen an increase throughout the year, many of them working overtime to keep up with the increased rate of death.
So far, the end of this year, from the 24th of November until today's date, we've had about the same percentage-wise as we did in March.
Gerald Melanson is the president of Melanson Funeral Homes. He says his staff is trying to make it through the year and through this latest surge of COVID cases.
The staff has, they've been overworked a little bit. They had to learn some new things like video streaming. But have a good staff. They will do what has to be done to make sure the families are accommodated.
Since the beginning of the year, the funeral home has serviced 554 people. Of those, 46 were related to COVID-19, contributing to 17% of their overall services.
We've never had a young person, below age 18 die of COVID. In the beginning, it was mostly nursing home. They're in the older age group, over age 70 on up generally. The last few months, it's been the middle-aged people and the older people, a mix.
In addition to giving his employees time off, Melanson says he's also giving them other incentives.
They've had a little extra bonuses throughout the year because we've found that they've put in more time and everything else, and they deserve something extra. So we have done that for them in the past. I think they appreciate that.
As the Christmas holiday approaches, Melanson is imploring everyone to wear a mask.
It's a preventive measure, and I believe it does have a little effect on people contracting COVID or not, So I'd suggest you wear your mask at all times, especially in the funeral home in contact with other family members.
And for families who aren't able to attend in person, Melanson Funeral Home says that they will continue to provide streaming services for those who need it. Three's on the street in Karen Crow, Amon Boyd, KATC TV3.